Todd Vincent here, the fermented farmer here at our homestead farm in Middle Tennessee. And today I'm in our main propagation greenhouse. In here, I'm sure you can see around me all the nice green color. Even in the winter, this is a place to come to really feel rejuvenated. Just what these plants give off, being around this green living plants, is rejuvenating on those long winter days. So those of you that have greenhouses, I know what I'm talking about. And those that you don't, you should come visit or get a greenhouse. But I did want to talk to you in a continued talk on what we do here on this farm that is regenerative in nature. We've talked about the ducks, we've talked about the cows, we've talked about our compost pile. Now I want to show you some of the results of that. So from our compost pile, all those inputs that we did and the turning of it and letting the chickens in there and the worms that are in there and all the things that's happening, we're adding now that substance to our start trays. So here is a tray of echinacea that we're starting for the season, coming up and sprouting. This is a tropical loquat plant, which is pretty interesting that we're in Tennessee growing tropicals. Talk about that later. We're going to talk about plastic pots as well. This is a bag of radishes. So this is something that we're trying that seems to be working out well. We're doing this in a cloth bag, and I kind of want to talk about these grow bags. Just for one pause is, if you're a home grower and you like to have a garden or you're a lack of space, maybe you have only a balcony or a deck to work with, these grow bags are really nice to work with. They offer plants won't get waterlogged in them. You do have to keep them watered a lot. You got to kind of stay on top of that. The roots will come all the way through the bottom. And the roots also will come through the sides. And when they come through the sides, they do what's called air pruning. So they'll literally will come out the side of the bag and then just prune themselves off because they're just out in the air. What happens then, the webbing, the root system of the plant that's growing in here sends out more. Well, when it does that, there's more of a net, a capturing net for the nutrition that's in this soil. So you usually see plants grow much faster, bigger and better, less insect pressure. The plants, we can grow a lot in this bag, and because our soil media is so movable, it's not compact and tight, the radishes can really expand in there and get really nice sizes. So I'm going to show you, look at this. So it's a small young radish, but I want you to look at the formation. So this clump of dirt is clinging to the root and the root hairs or follicles on those roots, which is a really good sign. I'm going to tell you why. There must be a lot of bacteria action here. And I know that because of the size of the crumble in the soil here, it gives us really good sign that bacteria is doing its job. So this radish is then able to uptake all the nutrition that it's supposed to. And that's why it's such a nice looking radish. It's got great color, and we're going to try it right now. So again, remember, this is my favorite way of cleaning stuff off, especially if you know, or only if you know your soil's clean. You just kind of wipe it off with your hand. Remember, soil-borne organisms are good for you. And so I'm leaving some on here. Really good. I hope you can hear the crunching. This is sweet to taste, a lot of juice is coming out. And then you have that slight radish pepper, but it's not too much on the end. It's fantastic. And this is the way your produce should taste. It should be that kind of flavor that you just want to keep eating them. We'll use the greens as well. This type of growing really is what we think is a way to the future of regeneration. These bags will grow outside. We'll have them inside the greenhouses, as opposed to these. So on a plastic pot, obviously you can grow in a plastic pot, but you're limited. What'll happen is the roots wind around and don't really go out and form more. They get bound. So plastic can be used. It's a way to hold plants until you need to transplant them either outside or into a grow bag. So I've become a big proponent of grow bags. If you're going to container grow, we will also outdoor grow with them, like I said, and we'll be planting directly in the soil. And we're going to see all the different aspects of what regenerative farming can do to a property and to our atmosphere. And we're going to keep you posted on where all these yummy goodness are going to end up. You know, I'm going to ferment these. So we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.